Sorry about that. Apparently, I thought I was live, but I wasn't. This, I hit go live at 6:30. Yeah, so I've been talking to you guys for a good 40 minutes. 40 minutes. And sipping whiskey. And apparently, I didn't know I wasn't live, so my bad. But hey, I got some work done. I'll show you what I did. Redid a panel that got inexplicably deleted, but finished this guy. Yeah, I mean, I was wondering what was going on. Like, why wasn't anyone talking? But I was like, maybe it's a slow night. Because the preview window in the management software or whatever was showing that I was live. So I thought it was live. But apparently not. Apparently, I don't know. Apparently I was streaming, but not live, because that's how YouTube's go live mechanic works, so you can test it. It must have given me an error or something, and whatever. But this is what's going on. Welcome to the stream. I'm Eric Malachite. I write books. I draw things. I do science stuff on ScienceGet. James is my co-writer on the channel. We take turns writing stuff. And right now, I'm illustrating stuff for a visual novel, or at least planning it out. Basically. Thanks, Google! Although, I think this was more, this is more an issue with fucking OBS than anything else. So, I'm laying these panels out because what's going to happen is I'm going to match up these frames. They're going to slightly animate over the audiobook. So before I figured out that I wasn't actually live, because thanks, Google! I was saying that it's generally not a good idea to try to design a character while on the fly, but that's what we're doing tonight. Because, you know, why not? Why not? Man, that's so annoying, though. Like, I bet it has something to do with, the Premiere system going live. It works off of YouTube's Premiere system, and we've had trouble with videos on ScienceGet, you know, when we've tried the whole YouTube edging experiment that the Spiffing Brit came up with, detailed in a relatively recent video. By recent, I mean several months, but, you know, time blindness. Give me a break. I've got ADHD. So we'll see if anyone even sees this stream tonight. In fact, in a little bit, I'll probably go back and see if I can re-promo or what have you. I mean, yeah, that's fine. For me, I usually start off with text and descriptions. In fact, I've had some of these character designs in my head for a very long time. Except for Kurt. Kurt has eluded me. Like, visually. I've done some test paintings and stuff of him. I know what he wears on Earth, but, like, his facial details are a little... I've never really nailed down his face, if that makes sense. He just looks similar to Sage. But angrier, mad at the world, with an unbridled rage and a joyless smile. Did you get Project Hail Mary in the mail yet? Or are you still waiting on it? That's probably wrong in perspective, but I'll fix it. Alright, 2. Since we're just doing layouts. So far, we've got opening shot, real simple, storyboard-wise. Then we got panel 1. I mean, anytime you read a book, it's usually pretty boring to listen to someone wax poetically about someone's facial features, the shape of their face, every little detail of their arms and legs and, you know, clothing and, you know, all you really need in a book, specifically, is a few key details to latch on to to paint a picture in the reader's mind. Ah, I see. Okay. I got an idea. Really? Yes, YouTube. I would like to keep listening. I hate that shit. I mean, I think most writers do more general descriptions. You're more worried about, because the reader's always going to have their own idea of what someone looks like. So it's difficult to have, you know, a specific idea in your head of what they look like, because no one's going to have the same mental picture. So, you know, you need to nail the personality and their character traits more than anything else. If their character is through blocking, and I say blocking, but what I really mean is in dialogue, and specifically the actions between dialogue. Those things are really important when figuring out what a character is going to be like in a book. So for the reader, that informs them, you know, it gives them basically a mental image, a picture of the person's personality and whatnot, and that will also inform them based off of people that they probably know in their lives, or even actors or what have you, of what that character looks like. use triangles. Triangles. We'll see if this works out. Whenever I lay something out, I always start with triangles. Worry about perspective later. Idea is we're using triangles. Lots of triangles. I should probably stop humming. Just in case. You never know. Good. Yeah, I'm not good at music. I'm good at writing and art. All right. Yeah, there are a lot of, like, some people are just not going to be as inclined to learning art. Honestly, I think it gives me a leg up when it comes to writing, because the more I practice visual communication, the better my descriptions become, because I know what details to focus on in my writing and which ones to sort of leave out. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's true that artists tend to see the world a little bit differently than most other people. Yeah, and I'm not like, look, okay, I'm a competent artist. Okay, I'm not the best artist. I am a much better writer than I am an artist. I don't have as much patience as it might seem, because originally Seleniar's Enigma was going to be a Americanized style manga, right? As you will no doubt see in the style of art that I use for the visual novel, if it ends up working out the way that I want. It could be just way too much to bite off, right? But it's just, you know, comics and sometimes paintings too. They're a lot of work, you know. They're time intensive. It's why, but they're worthwhile. Don't get me wrong. They absolutely are. Give him that scowl. But, you know, when I write a book, I write really fast. You know, I hold about 10 to 12 different story ideas or outlines in my head at a time. You know, I can tell a story for prose, for a novel, much faster than I could ever do it for a comic. Yeah, and like, my art style, at least in comic form, is very influenced by Akira Toriyama. Because I think Dragon Ball has some of the best action art ever done. Just hands down. So, you know, one thing that I had reservations about when writing Seleniar's Enigma was like, well, I planned for these epic fights and what have you to take place, but, you know, is that going to take away from the story if you can't envision it? I think I did a pretty good job in translating that to a novel. But, you know, eventually I would like there to be a full-on manga version of the story. And more than likely, if I did that, yeah, mine too, really. It's my favorite, hands down. More than, you know, any Batman book or Dragon Ball just had such a huge impact on me as a storyteller and as an artist too. You know, both, because storytelling is art. Writing is art. Novels are art. You know, it's such a huge influence on me, and you know, I try to pay reasonable homage to it as much as possible. In fact, in the first Seleniar's Enigma book, there is a tournament arc baked within the story. And let me tell you, you know that awesome trope where characters are standing around watching a fight and like analyzing what what the opponents are doing and who's gonna win? I put a bunch of that into the trials in Man Without Hands, and it's chef's kiss. It's great. Which, you know, I mean, it's all good and great, but, you know, you can have the best story in the world, but if you don't know how to market it, you don't know who to push it to, like, who's gonna read that, right? Yeah. Yeah, totally. Actually, I think I'm doing a pretty good job of making him look like an aged-up sage. Why did it do that? Yeah, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Actually, I think you'd really like Man Without Hands. It didn't start its life as a DBZ fanfic, but like in its DNA, especially the magic system, the magic system definitely pays a lot of homage to it. Although it's a lot more well thought out than Dragon Balls, because like, you know, especially in Dragon Ball Super, sometimes it seems like there's no power scaling and things just happen. Ki just does things because reasons. Oh no. I suggest starting with Man Without Hands. The other books are cosmic horror, you know, because I'm obsessed with cosmic horror. But I think you'd enjoy Man Without Hands most to start. Plus, I think honestly, it and the second book are my best work. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just, it's gotta be subtle, I feel, and it has to work organically with the story as it is, you know? It can't, you know, it can't feel forced. You know, otherwise it just comes off as, hey, don't you like this thing? Don't you enjoy this other thing? Well, hey, look at this thing that you should like too. Yeah. I don't know if these frames are all slanted, aren't they? It doesn't matter. It's layouts. It's fine for a layout. Right. Yeah, totally. 100%. So these opening panels only cover, and they skip over some things, the first minute and 30 of the audiobook. Yeah, I mean, it's all a process, just like art, you know. I mean, you can make a ton of mistakes. The Minds Horizon cover that I'm revealing tomorrow in my mailing list took 4 different revisions to get it right. Because simple designs are really hard. Sometimes, you know, it takes a ton of refinement to arrive at something that is worthwhile, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think, especially with all this AI art stuff, like, people are too entitled to instant gratification, in my opinion. You know, they're right. There's a process to it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes a thing doesn't work at all after a while, but, you know, I've my first book, for example, I wrote that in 2011, and it will never see the light of day because it's awful, but aspects of it have made their way into other things because no idea exists in a vacuum. Yeah, unless you're talking about AI. Then it's just plagiarism. It's plagiarism with extra steps. Question is, how am I going to show this felt stains? Yo! Garrett. James and James are in the chat. There'll be some... Oh, well... I'm gonna have to get another drink, kids. I'm gonna have to get another drink. I'm empty. I'm empty. There's like... My whiskey teat is empty. I mean... Garrett, yes, I know. You need a chaperone, yes. Don't make me get an adult. I will get an adult. Malisakitu? How'd you get that from malachite? Anyway, enjoy these panels. I'm gonna go grab another drink. I'll be back like less than 5 minutes, but also I need to stretch my back. I've been sitting all day. BRB, kids. Oh, I've had one drink. Calm your tits. Kids, I'm back. Ooh, what is this? The hell am I listening to? No! Go away! Not you guys. I'm trying to find music. I'm having trouble. Technical difficulties. Or like buttons are overlapping on YouTube, and it made me click the microphone icon when I was trying to click the YouTube icon to go and find other music. Arch Enemy. Ooh. Arch Enemy. Let's hear some Arch Enemy. I mean, it's at negative 26.2 decibels, Garrett. You saying that's too loud? I'll drop it down to 29. Like, it's a public domain playlist, you know? Because I can't play copyrighted work. I can't blast death metal on here because reasons. Alright, Arch Enemy. I used to say that her growl puts most male metal vocalists to absolute shame, but now Ginger is that vocalist. I'm on a Marth. they're not bad at all. I had a roommate in college that was really into Amon Amarth, and I was more of an Inflame Soilwork guy. But like lately, I've been appreciating them more because Inflames is garbage now. I mean, I can't really do that right now, Garrett, since I'm in the middle of a stream. But send it to me, and maybe next week we'll do that. Dude, Classic in Flames, Jester Race, Colony, Horacle, Clayman. Come on, man. Hey, I never know. Some... Classic in Flames is good. Yeah, I can't stream while I'm stoned. I'll be looking around like, what? What? Huh? I want to carry on some amount of intelligent conversation. I mean, some people can do it, but, for me, smoking is a relaxing activity. And don't get me wrong, streaming is fun. It's kind of like presenting on YouTube. I wouldn't want to do that while under the influence of anything, Which, by the way, gotta get that Christmas special, holiday special for Science Get up. And I've got some ideas that James, you and I are gonna have to sit down and talk about. Because I have a potential brand new client that is going to eat up some of my time next year, more than likely, if we get the proposal approved for my company. But like I've got some ideas on how to improve Science Get and sort of streamline things. We're not going to be changing the content too much, but I want to make it more personal, and I want to make it more less like, I don't know, top 10s and some of those other channels. I love top 10s, don't get me wrong, but I want to make it more us, more me, more you. Does that make sense? Oh, because hey, there's a guy named Qpins who streams his smoke sessions. He's on YouTube too. He's kind of a fun guy. He's a fun guy. I don't know why I made a... Well, how about... Well, you guys haven't read... you haven't read Project Hail Mary, so we can't talk about that, unfortunately. But I did email Andy Weir today. I have never done... I rarely ever do a fan email type deal. Yeah, it's just like knowing that Science Get videos take me at least 6 to 8 hours to make. That's not including writing. It's not including research. That's just shooting and editing it. I feel like there's a more efficient way to do this without breaking the content the way it is, without ruining the humor and what have you. I think Twitch is more lax than that than YouTube. Use the wrong "your." You call yourself a writer. Kidding. I always have to resist the urge to correct somebody that uses the wrong "your." Because my brother used to do that all the time, and it was irritating as fuck. And then he would do it on purpose. Like, boss. Definitely re-listen to Jester Race. At the very least. Black Ash Inheritance. Like, if you tell me you don't like a Classic in Flames after that, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, when you're not inebriated and I'm not getting drunk. I don't even know what kind of... So I described his shirt, his clothing as being like they had been, or at least from Corey's perspective, they had been made, handmade in the Dark Ages. This probably looks so weird with, you know, synthwave whatever playing right now. Yeah, I think Arch Enemy has just improved over the years. Like, because when they first started out, I didn't like them that much. But, like, this is a solid album so far. Yes. And my wife is making that fucking bitchin' ass soup that I had on stream last week. It's kind of funny, since I started digital painting more, now whenever I do comic art, I kind of do it the same way that I paint. Get a basic shape down, you know, start carving into it like it's a sculpture until it's right. God, what is Sal gonna look like? What? What are you talking about, Garrett? I didn't leave you out. What did I leave you out of? What about bloated? I missed it. I guess. Is he talking about Science Get? Yeah, it's nothing against you, Garrett. It's just like, as far as like creative irons in the kitchen. Oh. I'm not intending to leave you out, man. I just mean as far as like from a writing standpoint, that's what, and like as far as creatively planning for like what kind of topics we're going to cover, what the tone is going to be, and, you know, because I'm trying to get better at public speaking, so speaking off the cuff. So I just don't know how much of that is going to, like, how much you're going to have input on. As far as, like, the Discord, hell yeah. If you have suggestions, let's hear it. But yeah, we're not trying to leave you out, man. Yeah. Being in BNI has really helped me with that. Like, Aubrey Brown, he's a lawyer. Usually for, like, my 10-minute presentations, I have to write everything out. But that's great when you have a teleprompter and you can rehearse your lines to a certain extent. But it's not great when you're presenting to a bunch of people. So what I'm starting to do now is create bullet points and, you know, speaking more off the cuff. So I think, I don't know how much I want to do that with Science Get in 2023, but I think if I did it more, it would make the production a little easier and maybe the editing a little easier too. But, you know, maybe I do a few videos that are from this point of view, from the sort of podcast point of view, I guess. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But definitely next year, we are not going to take a break during December. Oh, the podcast is totally off the cuff. Episode 3 is going to be awesome too. Whenever we come back, whenever I come back to editing that stuff. Uh, yeah, try it. I'll look up gun reference later. But that's not right. Center of gravity doesn't look right. Center of... yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. You kids know what I mean. So I figure what my process is going to be on this specifically is I'm going to illustrate some frames, listen to the audiobook, and come back to it and see if I'm missing anything, if I need anything more. I think what I'm going to do is do an animatic. Well, I mean, that might be problematic if she's not into that sort of thing, you know. Consent is a thing, boss. I know you mean like stand-up comedy. I'm just being an ass. Bitch, please. Now he gets it. Like, I would expect... I'm gonna need another panel where he's inspecting the water bottles to make sure he doesn't give them the yellow one with the deer piss. Because Corey's an idiot. That is certainly a thing you could do. Have you ever heard of Lars and the Real Girl with Ryan Gosling? No, I have not. A terrible movie, but you recommend it? Okay. I'm hoping we didn't lose Garrett. Garrett left. I think Garrett's mad. Voted off the island. The fuck? Oh, damn. That sucks. This is a really good album. Well, damn. So, like, at work? The Secret Santa thing? Unless they got something else on your list. That could be a thing. Alright, let's see what I have so far. Establishing shot. Oh. Okay, I see. So you're going in to do Secret Santa with your writing job. Garrett! Yeah, we thought you, like, left all angry and stuff. So you didn't hear my, my whole thing after that? It's cool if you did, you know. It's just an emotional outpouring, you know, appealing to you as a fan and as a friend, you know. I did not sing. Fuck you. Don't make me come over there. I'll come down there and bitch slap you. Alright, so I do need an additional panel. Or additional page. Oh, okay. You don't really have to. You could just drop right in. No! I'm not saying you're not creative because you're a fan. What I'm saying is, like, having too many cooks in the kitchen can be a bad thing. But, like, if you've got ideas... He's a writer. Need some reference. You're not a cook? You don't cook? Yeah, we're just messing with you, man. You want to sit in the meeting? That's fine too. Yeah, we messing. We messing. There we go. That's what I need. This is a good album. Well, I admire your enthusiasm, at the very least. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it and he can run it into the ground. Hey, you know, I can't control that. I'm drawing, asshole. So no, I cannot type right now. I'm literally in the middle of another activity. You guys are a trip. That would be a problem. I'll have to find reference of someone actually holding their glasses. There are lots of them. Elon's an idiot. Like, seriously, he didn't found Tesla. He stole it out from under someone. What he does is hostile takeovers. Yeah, it's just, people are becoming wise to his bullshit. He doesn't even invent the stuff at SpaceX. SpaceX is a great company, don't get me wrong, but Elon himself only owns one patent. And it's for a door. A door at Tesla. What he does is he pays much smarter people to solve problems instead. But the problem with Twitter, and I think Simon actually put it really well in the recent Brain Blaze episode, is that he didn't know what he was getting into because he's never had to work at a company or never had to run a company that has to answer to advertisers. Or, he's, of course, had investors before. Yeah, really. Like, even, and this was a good point, too. Like, the edit button on Twitter. People have been requesting that for a long time. But with 7,000 employees at Twitter, there's probably a good reason why there wasn't an edit button. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Garrett, I encourage you to watch that Brain Blaze episode. If you haven't already. Like, Elon's an asshole. He's done some cool things, but most of that stuff would have probably already happened had he not injected himself into it. I still do 50% of the scripts. I just need help because I'm not a superhuman. I need to sleep, and I need to pay my bills. Like, I don't understand this love affair with Elon Musk. He's not Tony Stark. If anything, he's worse than Thomas Edison was. Like, which is ironic, because he, hostile takeovered, if that's a word. Yeah. I just, everyone, he's got like 15 different channels. You never know what you got. He has so many channels. Yeah, because like if we get this contract, I'm gonna be real busy working for the city of Richmond. Oh, I don't actually know. Pretend you didn't hear that. Okay. Then, I'm curious what your point is, then. Hear it on the next Carl? Why? Like, the thing is, like, publicity is a thing. Especially with him. And knowing where someone's fortune came from is really important, I think. To determining... I mean, if you want us to bust your balls about it, we can. I mean, sometimes we talk about other shit. That's usually when the business is done. But yeah, we've never talked about Elon because we don't care about Elon. And Garrett, I'm not saying that you have a love affair. I'm saying that a lot of his fanboys do. I remember when I talked about when I posted very early on these videos on Mars on ScienceGet, where I was arguing that Mars really isn't the best option for us going forward. That Venus might be a better option because of all the hurdles that we might have. Mars's gravity is, you know, it's a fraction of Earth, so you're gonna have a ton of problems health-wise and bone loss-wise that we're not really equipped to god damn it, equipped to speak on just yet because there's not enough research into it. So I mean, he's got this like idea in his head that Mars is the answer, Mars is the next logical step, but I would argue that Venus makes a lot more sense than Mars because of simply because of the gravity issue. Like, we can support balloon cities in Venus's atmosphere with air. We can just fill them with air. There are designs on the books at NASA, and they could work. So I think a lot more attention needs to be focused on Venus rather than Mars. Mars is great, don't get me wrong. I fucking love Mars, even though it doesn't ever get us any views. But yeah, for some reason people don't even watch videos when Mars videos come out. It's just like, it's always dead. Just dead on arrival. I don't know why. Maybe there's just too much competition with Mars. Everyone loves Mars, or everyone hates Mars. I don't know. Either way, whatever. Alright, need to find more music. What do I want? Yeah, and that's a shame. I mean, granted, it was based off of a scientific paper and some science articles talking about the idea, you know, that in really, Venus has not been really popular since the 1980s, since, you know, we got that footage, or not really footage, but we got images back from the Russian landers that, you know, got crushed and what have you. We got, those were some of the first images of an alien world, though. We are building a colony, though. That's what the Artemis mission is all about. We're building a colony around the moon. There's going to be a space station around the moon, somewhere around when Artemis 3 or 4 launches. They're going to be building this stuff. That's a lot more difficult than science fiction makes it out to be, because like, developing a centrifuge like that, I'm pretty sure it has to be built in space, like assembled in space, kind of like how Project Hail Mary talks about it. God, you guys just have to read this book. It's fantastic. But, you know, a centrifuge gravity drive is a possibility, but, you know, there's a lot of math that goes into that. And we're at a point where the general public and the government itself too isn't really all in on space exploration just yet. Hopefully we'll get there. You know, the science and the corporate aspect, led by like Blue Origin, by SpaceX and other companies, those things working in tandem are supposed to be good. Will be good, you know, as long as we don't enter into this cyberpunk nightmare, but, you know, we'll see. Really, what we need is for there to be a reason to explore, not and I think some of that is going to rely on asteroid mining. Asteroid mining is probably going to be a big thing, or mining on the moon. But I think the most ethical thing to do would be to mine asteroids for raw minerals and things like that. And it would take a lot of pressure off of the Earth. Like, environmentally. Not seeing anything I want to listen to. Alright, so I listened to Arch Enemy. How's this for a YouTube title? You Bull movie Blood Rain is so bad it'll kick your dog. No, I do not. Enlighten me. All right. So I guess it's just us. Anything at all. Yeah. At the door. See ya. James, you know the Stephen Lynch song D&D? No. It's not what we're doing here. No, I said I needed reference. Now, what I was saying was, I need to figure out what Sal looks like. Sal is a character you have not met yet. He is a former archaeologist. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sets of panels. Don't want a vector layer. I think he's just gonna leave that plot thread hanging and see if we notice later. Later. Thanks for joining us. You mean Project Hail Mary or Man Without Hands? Aha. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Like, honestly, I really hope the movie gets made, too, because if it's done right, it'll be... it's gonna blow Interstellar out of the water. I think I'm running out of steam. Ah, my back's killing me, too. So I think I'm gonna sign off. Go get me some dinner. Been doing this for about, well, you know, not counting the first 40 minutes that I thought I was streaming, but wasn't. But, you know, not too bad. I think we got a good start for the visual novel. Still have 18 minutes of panels to add. I mean, some of these are just gonna have to... Right? There we go. That's the same thing, right? Alright, man. I'll catch you soon. We'll talk about having that Science Get meeting soon. Words. I know. I don't... Yeah, I'm starting to have second thoughts. We'll see. Starting to have second thoughts, though. Good night.